Hello, people. I'm fired up today, Chris. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I don't even think I'm going to be ranting today. I'm just too happy and healthy. Well, unhealthy, but happy anyway.
Rare form. It's 2:27, so we're a little late. Sorry to those people who set their clocks by us, but
Yeah. Sorry about that.
we got a lot going on.
I'm not really sorry, but we can say we're sorry. It's like a Kate sorry. You know, if you watch Kate on the vlog series, you haven't been watching the moving vlog. Yeah, you imagine how Kate would say she's sorry.
Fake apology.
Oh yeah.
Bat the eyelashes.
Oh yeah.
All right, so the good news is it's Friday afternoon. The moving's going well.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and the logical question everybody has is, well, why didn't you just get the painting done and then move in? Like, well, where was I going to move? Someone got to go somewhere. It's not like the Ritz-Carlton is in Villages, Florida. I have to go stay in the Roachtail 6, and I'm not doing that. So, and Airbnb is dead to me for life. So I'm not doing that either. I want to be there, so I'm organizing, reorganizing, organize the pantry, and then tear it all out today and put it on the counter. And I'm going to go home and reorganize it again. But my painters are freaking wizards, man. They're awesome. So the doors went back in today, and I started digging into the garage because we're going to work on the air handler and the AC. We're going to shoot a whole video series on the I guess it'd be a video on removal of the air handler, relocation of it, and putting the mini split in the garage. And then I'll be doing some insulation on there. Yeah, this whole process is I love this more than I can explain.
All right, one house-related question from Danny in the chat. Hey, Matt, where did you find the 5K LED screw-in bulbs?
They're 3K, not 5K. You wouldn't want 5K in your house. It's just too white. I'm telling you, 3,000 Kelvin is like the perfect color temp for the house. If you go up to 3,500, it just gets a little too blue. I'm sure you could get used to it, but we've been conditioned our whole lives to live at candlelight, if you will, at 2,700 Kelvin, and so making that bump to 3,000. And actually, I just got my Cree LED testers today to see my retrofits. They're CR6Ts, and they make it an 825, 1100, and 1600 lumen variant. And so I'm going to test out and see. I might do different combos. And what you can do is just put a dimmer on it and put 1600 lumens everywhere. But I want to see how bright that actually is. And I can't wait to get the lighting fixed in the house. But yeah, 3000K.
And where'd you get them?
Is the way to go. I bought them from 1000bulbs.com, but Home Depot has them now. So Home Depot has I don't like the ones with like the heat sink on it and the white, that white goofy looking thing. Certainly don't like the CFL style. You want to get the clear 3000, and almost all of them are 2700. So you have to look on the back and find the 3000K, and I found that buying these fancy ones online are not really any better than the Home Depot ones. And you need to make sure you can put them on a dimmer, but I found that they fail in like a few weeks or a few months if you have even a proper LED rated Lutron dimmer. You don't want to put a dimmer on those bulbs if you can help it. You can put a dimmer on the overhead lights. You'll see me installing. I'm going to keep rolling with this vlog.
People are liking it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to keep rolling with it, and obviously we're going to sprinkle in some more videos, other videos coming up here next week when I get back to work. But I'm going to share all these different projects of this house, and it's going to be fun.
I related to you were just mentioning overhead lighting, but we had a question about overhead speakers from Keller. What flush-mounted ceiling speakers do you recommend for better surround sound?
I like to have them timber matched to whatever my fronts are, and so in my case, they're going to be Revel C783s. I think they are. They are an 8-inch, down-firing traditional speaker, and I think they're pretty expensive. They're like $750 or $1,000 a piece or something like that. But you'd want a timber match. If you have clips in the front, you'd get some clips to the rear. If you have SVS, do SVS. And so I like to have all of my speakers of the same brand and the same line of the same brand. So hopefully the tweeter is timber matched and sounds the same. And so in this house, I have a lot of access, so I might. I'm gonna start playing with that this weekend. Start figuring out, do I do 7.1, or do I do? I'm gonna probably do 7.2.2 of some sort. So we'll see how I get it set up in this little living room that I'm gonna set up.
All right, let's see. Oh, Timothy noticed during those videos. Was watching the moving vlogs the other day, and I noticed the M3 didn't have the HREs anymore. Did you get rid of them or just in storage?
The M3 only had the HREs for a few weeks, and I put them on the 1M because they didn't fit. They were a terrible offset. I let HRE decide what the offset was, and that was a dumb move. And so they were too sunk, but they fit better on the 1M, so they went with the 1M in the giveaway.
All right, Anthony wants to know, what are the lights used under the MSS cabinets in the warehouse? I missed whenever it was mentioned.
Yeah, I haven't. We're going to have those soon. I just haven't gotten it done yet. What are they called? Max Light?
I don't know. I just know we got them from Prime Lighting, right?
Yeah. Shoot.
I have to look it up.
I think it's called the Max Light, but you only have one power supply, which is key. Because a lot of those little LED undercaps, every single one of them has their own freaking power supply. Or you can only run 2 or 3 lights. These you can run like a 40-foot run with a single power supply and switch. And you can choose to put a switch on it or not. But they have a little magnet on them, and they work really quite well. And then they have a 130-degree pattern, I think, or maybe a 170-degree pattern. I think it's 170. So they do illuminate it pretty darn well. We'll have them soon in the store. Something that's on my very short list.
All right, let's see. Our buddy David in Alabama checking in wants to know, good afternoon. Would you reconsider setting up an OG web forum? Facebook seems disorganized, and I think topical sharing would work nice in a custom format.
I think forums are done, man. I tried, briefly back in the WordPress days. We had a forum, and it's just my heart wasn't in it. I think a forum, if you're going to do a forum, you really have to be willing to invest a lot of money in it, and you have to be willing to sell a lot of sponsorship to it, which I'm not. And you have to be really in it. You have to have moderators, and you probably should pay them. And that a forum is like a full-time business. I learned. I thought I could just set up a forum and have it kind of work, but I know Adam's forum. It's probably dying off. I'm not sure how popular it is, but. I tried it briefly and realized that unless I'm going to focus on it, it just isn't going to be it won't be as good as I would want it to be. And so, yeah, I know Reddit is just extremely popular, but like Reddit doesn't work for me. It's too clunky, and like I don't like Twitter. I don't like Reddit. I don't like these like simple stream of consciousness type things. So. I don't know. Facebook is where everybody is, and I check it all the time just for fun. And so, it's although deeply flawed, is the most logical source for me to gather people.
All right, here's a question I know you're going to enjoy from Jerry V in the chat. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm in the UCF area visiting my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. I want to cook a very nice steak for her. Where can I get a high quality meat in the Orlando area?
He wants to cook it.
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
Isn't it Petty's Meats in Winter Park?
Let's see.
I think that's the place. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, there's a few of them in Winter Park.
Choice meats. We know what that. Let's see.
It's like PEDD. There's a couple of high-end butchers in Winter Park.
Let's see. Publix doesn't count.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I'm pretty sure it's called Petty. PEDIES.
I'm going to go to Yelp real quick here. Great radio again here. Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Freshfields Farm. Petty's. There you go. Petty's Meat Market in Wekiva Springs.
Yeah. So that's north of Winter Park there. PETT apostrophe YS. Or Y apostrophe S. Petty's Meat Market. Yeah.
There you go. All right, Wekiva Springs. So there you go, Jerry. Hope that helps. Hope you enjoy your dinner. Have a ribeye for me, please. Let's see. There was a question here about, do we have an update on the OG pressure washer, entry-level pressure washer from Noah here?
No.
Nothing new, Noah, sorry.
Yeah, I haven't. James is running a big business, and I'm running a medium business, and I just haven't gotten it done. But I do want to do it.
All right, Miles says, happy Saturday morning from Australia. So we got somebody listening in Australia. That's awesome. Hey, Miles.
I'm kind of looking forward to Saturday. Man, I had a long week, man. We had Mark and Jack from Savage Geese here, and then we had Mike and Bryce and Mike doing the Civic shoot, and then we have Brad visiting from Colorado, who does all of our sort of inorganic marketing for us and SEO and advertising and stuff visiting, and so. And then, I moved and again, I could have just moved in and been fine, but I like to do things a certain way, and so I thought it would be interesting to bring you along every day and show you what's going on, and so people seem to like it, so I'm going to keep sharing it. And again, I wasn't planning on sharing the lake house because the lake house wasn't as relatable as this, and I was worried about the lake house being a little too much. Dollar wise, look wise, I was going to detach. So now I've done the opposite. And
sharing anything and everything.
Yeah, sharing it all. Yeah, all the stuff.
All right, let's see. This is a question I want to know the answer to, so good job here, Corey. What is the OG spec ice maker with the Sonic Ice?
It's a Scotsman, Scotsman. I forget the model number. They only have 2 models. They have the what is that ice called? It's called
it's funny people call it nugget ice.
Yes, thank you. It's a nugget ice maker versus I call it an alcoholic ice maker. The one with the little circle in the middle. So they're like $3,000 or something. I don't think that's the right one.
No,
but it's something like that.
Yeah, Scotsman.
I get it from Aggressive Appliances.
Also in Orlando, right?
Yep.
There you go, Scotsman. And it makes it more than you can possibly eat at one time or drink or whatever it is you do with it. So those things are awesome.
Yeah, and you got to have a drain and you got to have water, obviously. And they are a bit problematic. It's not like a fridge where you just turn it on and it works for 20 years or 10 years. This thing, you're going to have some finickiness to it where you got to wiggle the wires and stuff occasionally, but it does make great ice.
It's worth it for that wonderful ice.
Yep.
All right. Malcolm has a good question here. Lots of people have asked something like this. What are some cabinets or shelving systems you would recommend for a smaller one-car garage?
One car, you probably need, some modularity to it, where you need some different size cabinets. And so that's where Sabre or Husky or New Age may or may not work for you. And since it is smaller, maybe you don't need as many cabinets, so maybe you could do something a little nicer. Moduline would be a company to look at because they have a zillion different variants and can make custom sizes and things like that. Just know you're going to pay more than Sonic MSS Plus prices for Moduline. And so if you can't swing that, then you're going to want to try to get Sabre in there and just fit as many as you can. I'm going to do Sabre in my garage at my house that I just bought. One, because I like Sabre, but secondly, just to it's been a while since I've shown you what Sabre can do, and so I'm gonna do the Sabre stuff because we're gonna be doing MSS Plus in here, and so I'll have MSS Plus, and Sabre, and I'll have a bunch of different demo versions so everybody can see, and then I'm gonna take all those Sonic tools that I got, and then tool grid install them, put them in all the drawers at my house and figure out how that works. It'll be sick.
All right, let's see. Sean wants to know, this sounds like something you might have tried. Have you ever tried cleaning a leather iPhone case? I used Color Lock cleaner on it, and it seemed to clean up a little bit.
No. I've had the leather case, but I never had to clean it. I just got a new one. But yeah, I would think you could just clean it up with strong cleaner, and then put some shield on it, and it should clean up real nicely. Use the brush. We can brush it out, just maybe tape off or leave the phone on there so you don't get it on the felt behind there and mess that up. But yeah, I think should work fine.
All right, let's see. Imrod's 150 wants to know Rib Tracks versus RibTrax Smooth. Do you have a preference?
I don't really love RibTrax Smooth. It kind of defeats the purpose of RibTrax, which is that the dirt disappears. Because the Smooth is, it's flat on top, the ribs aren't as far apart, and so you largely end up with, dirt sitting on the top of it, and it becomes more visible. And so the advantage of Smooth is that, things roll across it a little bit better, but I think that the regular RibTrax Pro looks better too. Hides dirt, looks better, looks clean all the time. You're just going to have more maintenance with Smooth.
Yeah, we were actually just talking about that. Kyle, his chair rolls on the Smooth while the rest of that area is the normal RibTrax. So if you're going to be rolling anything, especially like a chair, you want some Smooth.
Yeah, like I roll my stools and all that stuff up. But yeah, if you're at a desk or something like that, Smooth makes a lot of sense.
All right, let's see. Tyler Dean in the chat says, Matt, I live 40 minutes away. Have a 991.2 GT3 RS.
No, I'm not detailing it.
No, he needs to re-up on a bunch of supplies.
Yeah.
When should he come?
Right now.
Yeah, right
Today.
now.
We're open till 4:30.
4:30. Or Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30. There's always somebody here.
Yeah.
We'd be happy to see you. Even if you didn't have a 991.2 GT3 RS, we'd still love to have you here. Let's see. Dan Pfeiffer, our buddy in Minnesota, says, good afternoon from -4 degrees Fahrenheit.
I'm
Minnesota.
literally like I have to keep my legs straight right now because I'm sweating in the back of my knees. It's freaking hot.
Brad and his wife Emily brought jackets from Colorado.
It's what is it? 87 out, and
it's
like
83
60
degrees right now,
and 60% humidity, 70% humidity probably.
And they left Denver. Right now in Denver, it's 7 degrees.
That's
Like,
a bit of a
you
shock.
need your jacket.
Mark and Jack were struggling here.
Yeah.
You know, they're out there trying to shoot, and they went from minus something or other to this is a bit unseasonably warm. Normally we're in the 70s, but man, my ears are sweating with these darn.
Where are they from? Michigan?
Yeah,
Somewhere north?
yeah,
Okay.
Illinois or Chicago area.
And did they give you? We had a couple questions about it. Is there an ETA on their videos for?
Yeah, we're thinking February 18th or something, February 20th. So
Okay.
in the next few weeks, we're gonna have that out, and then we'll have a intro, really amazing. I haven't seen it yet, but they tell me, Bryce and Mike tell me it's gonna be amazing intro video to the Civic on February 15th when the Civic giveaway starts.
It's good. That is a good segue to Sam Karp here in the chat. Any more Civic giveaway details? Starts Monday, right? Hoodies were teased. Any other special items in mind? So yes, it does start Monday.
Everything's a special item, so
Yes.
lots of cool stuff.
There will be a
And
couple.
some stuff that I don't approve of, but all you losers will apparently like. So,
I'm pretty sure the one you disapprove of the most is going to be a hot ticket.
did you see the one laying out on the driveway there? I saw someone stick it on my mirror, and I threw it out the window, right next to the door here.
I think that's going to do really well.
Yeah.
But yes, we're going to have actually a couple of the same packages that are the best sellers from before.
The T-shirt. The
the
little
T-shirts are
Honda
pretty
Bro
good.
T-shirt. You're gonna love that. It's gonna be sick. You're gonna.
I think there are 2 T-shirts, right? Two different.
You need to get both. They're
Yeah.
freaking cool.
So 2 Honda Bros T-shirts. There's a Honda Bros hat, I think, maybe. A banner to.
There's like 30 items.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna have lots of.
You'll
cool
find
stuff.
something you like. And we'll have a couple different packages. A lot of people like the Scan Grip package. So we're doing another Scan Grip package with 2 different lights this time. So
Sweet.
they can build up their arsenal.
How's I&D doing on the polishers?
Not great.
Oh.
They're, Mike's still working with them there.
Why don't you call them and talk to them and say Matt's freaking out?
I'll call them after this.
They still have my Tesla body kit. They must be up there, They don't skimp on quality, so sometimes it takes a while.
It'll take a little while, I think. But yeah, there you go, Sam. That does start Monday. Technically, I guess Sunday or Monday at midnight, but yeah. And it'll go through March 31st. So that gives you a full month and a half.
I'm about to buy my Sub-Zero fridge, so please buy the stuff. I've already spent that money, so I need the monies. Give me the monies. The Civic's paid for. All that stuff is paid for, so I need to get the monies back so that I can get the garage done here.
Somebody wants to know, are you going to do another little a walkthrough of each item by item, the pricing and such?
Yes.
For the Civic?
Even at the risk of getting us in trouble, because what we figured out is, if you think about this logically, the Civic, if I were to sell it, would be worth like, $30,000 or something like that, right? It would be worth less than a unmodified car. And so even though I've spent all this money on it, it's really not worth that much. So what we're doing is we're valuing it at $30,000, which I think is legal and fair. I mean, that's probably an overestimate. And so somebody that wins it's very easily going to be able to cover the tax for themselves. Just sell a couple sets of wheels, And so we're going to do a 1099. It'll be a 1099 for $30,000, which is super helpful to the winner. In that even though it's a really expensive car and you have all kinds of parts that you can part out and sell, and there's a good chance somebody gets the car and drives it for a week and parts it out or sells it. I mean, that would be the smart thing to do. If you don't know how to do stuff, find a tuner somewhere. I can suggest one. Drop it off with all the stock parts and say, put this back together. And ship it to John at LHT and pay him, $10 grand or whatever it costs to put it back together, sell off all the parts individually, and and pocket yourself 80, 90, 100 grand. Sell the car and bring a trailer. It'll probably fetch 30 or 40,000 stock. And that's what I do. But we're going to value it much less so you don't get smoked when you, from a tax perspective. I don't like including cash. I don't know. You say, figure it out. I'm getting you all the way there. Just figure it out. You got a year to pay the tax anyway.
All right, related to that, is there an update on our gentleman who won the garage giveaway? What did he decide?
Yes, so Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
So
Taylor Voot.
Did you talk with Jim or Tim?
Yeah, Kyle,
TC?
we got him all set.
Okay, good.
Yep.
So Taylor has secured or is almost secured on a piece of property, and he's going to build a home. But first, he's going to build a pole barn, or not a pole barn, but like a metal building. And so he's going to build, I think it was like 1,600 square foot metal building. And so then we're going to outfit that. It'll probably be 9 months from now or something like that. But he lives in Delaware, and so he's securing this piece of property. He's going to hold out, and we're going to do the garage later this year, early next year. And so I teased him a little bit in that I said, hey, if he doesn't choose the garage, what I was going to do was write a check for 30 grand to Taylor and then do Tim's garage. But sorry to Tim, I'm doing Taylor's garage and not his. But we did get him set up with his full detailing package, and I'm sure that'll be shipping out here any day.
Yeah, Kyle worked with him because he already had a custom install.
Yeah, so we want to do some supplement of some other things to make it somewhere, what was it, around 10 grand or something like that.
Yeah, so he got all set up. He's got some Swiss tracks and some other stuff going his way. So, and then the packages, we're gonna let you pull them off the shelf for some video. That was
good, and I'll explain it for YouTube on that video. What Taylor chose and all that. It's a good idea. Yep.
All right, let's see. Spencer wants to know. He says, Matt, I heard you talk about how you're going to be trying out the New Age and Husky cabinets for regular people. Still planning on this?
Yes. Yeah, so I'll probably be doing that toward the end of my garage construction, if you will, where once I get all the sabers set up with all the tool grid. So it'll be several months from now. But yeah, I'm going to try to get a hold of I'm going to get a hold of all of the like the common cabinet manufacturers, get a hold of like their drawered cabinet, and then figure out what size tool grid and stuff goes in it, and how would I and assess it, and who knows, maybe it'll be like the Karcher where I find something that I really like at that entry level space. But I know that all those cabinets, I've seen them all and I don't like any of them, but who knows, we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind.
All right, Jack here in the chat says, Matt, what color IND badge do you have on the M3? Is it gloss black or black chrome?
Yeah, it's gloss black.
And then how do you think that looks?
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, it's an absolute must.
All right, let's see. Saw that question. Oh, here's a good one from Dan. Any other items coming to the Matty Treasure and Trinket sale with all the moving going on?
Yes. I'll be putting up all kinds of home theater stuff once I figure out what goes in the home theater. Probably some TVs. Chris has already laid claim to all the appliances. Yeah. What else do I have? We got a bunch of stuff. I think Waba's already laid claim to the tools, all of my tools that I'll be selling off. So it'll be lots of stuff.
All right, let's see. Nick wants to know, I'm stealing this question from Facebook. How deep did you dive in research when buying Ryan a PC regarding specs, monitors, keyboards?
Not much at all. I looked at the starts with an A, Asus. I just wanted something prefabbed, was built. And I talked to Bryce, and Bryce said, well, the HP Omens get good reviews. He's just going to play Fortnite. He's not playing super sophisticated games. And then, we're looking at different monitor options, and I wanted a high refresh rate monitor for the fun of it. And then, I was going to get two of something or others, and two Asus whatevers, and they were like $3,500 a piece. I'm like, oh, crap. And then, that Samsung was like $1,500 or something like that. So I got the 49-inch Samsung Monster. It's pretty cool. So, Rye's going to sit there and play Fortnite, and he doesn't even know how to use it. So it'll be a good learning experience. I had to freaking figure out how to set up windows and all that crap. So
It's been a while.
it's a long time. Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing.
All right, one more house-related question from Jason here on Facebook. Was your fireplace a gas unit?
Yep.
If so, did they just cap off the gas line?
There's a valve on the cast line, so we turned the valve,
Okay.
tucked it in the walls. Hopefully it doesn't leak.
Well, he said, I have one I'd love to get rid of, but
Yeah.
thought it might be too much work, but your video has me thinking thoughts.
Yeah, no, super simple. Just cap that off, and you don't really have to cap off the chimney line, because I mean, the chimney would be leaking into the fireplace if it was leaking. It should be a one-way type valve. And so we just tuck the gas line all nice and clean. It has a valve that's closed up on it. And yeah, it would have been nice to. So there's like a 10 square foot pocket that's wasted. And so what I thought about doing was then ripping apart the closet to capture that extra square footage. But this wasn't worth it to me. And then it was off center, so I couldn't really put any of that gear in there. I just wanted a flat wall, so we just buttoned it up, and now I've got like 8 square feet of useless space in the wall that no one would know was there unless you saw it. But we got rid of our tchotchke little knick-knack storage unit thing, that goofy thing. People were like, why don't you just use that for your equipment? I said, well, what kind of equipment do you have? Mine isn't fitting in the tchotchke unit. When am I going to put some figurines on there? A couple of old trophies from my midget football days. No, we're not doing that.
All right, quick question that I can help you out with here, Timothy. Any ETA on when the 20-foot inlet hose cartridge wall mount solution will be available? Yes, probably in 2 weeks at the most. Our hose supplier in California is facing some issues, so wait on hoses more than anything. Let's see. One suggestion here for you, Matt. Go take a nap.
I need one.
Don't encourage him.
Yeah, there's nowhere to take a nap. We didn't have any doors. I don't want to be taking a nap while these painters are working in my house. I thought about coming take a nap on the microfiber towels here, but then I have all these people would be like, what the heck? They're in here slaving away, and I'm taking a nap.
Now we know you just come here to drop a deuce and then go back home, according to the last video.
Yeah.
Obsessed Mobile Detailing wants to know, will Hex Plus count as entries in the Civic giveaway?
Yes, it will.
Yes, if you are a new Hex Plus subscriber, that will definitely count as
Or
entries.
if you re-up.
Right.
Like if it expired and you re-up, it counts as well.
Correct. And that's a good way to get a bunch of entries.
Yeah. And I like it because it's straight profit for me and helps me pay for the car. So thank you
There
very
you go.
much.
This is good from Sam. Do you have any OG dog leash? Now that you're in the business of walking dogs, do you have any good OG dog leash?
Oh, yeah, I got a story for you today. Oh, gosh. It's just like my freaking nightmare. I refuse for this to happen.
Do you have the retractable one?
Yeah. One of those fancy. It's probably not fancy. I have done no research, so all we have is probably mediocre, the same crap that everybody else has, because Michelle doesn't give a crap. So I was, hanging out, and the dog's got the fence. So I paid, $3,000 for this freaking fence. But they don't just start throat shocking him full on. They give him a little baby throat shock, and these little prongs poke into his throat. And so you got to get him used to it. And so they set it at 10% or something like that. And so he just gets a little buzz, and then he's starting to learn where the fence is. But yet, something will get him, and then something will get him fired up, and he'll just blow through it. So we thought we're making progress, because he's sitting out there with me the whole time, just chilling, walking up to it, just watching people drive by. And then the landscaping guy came to quote me on, the new house, and we're walking around, and he's doing good. He's hanging out. He's following us around. Next thing you know, I see the neighbor driving the golf cart and say, "Your dog's out again." I'm like, oh. So I know this time he's going to be far. And so I go get on my bike. I grab the leash. And he's too smart, so he knows that I'm going to bring him in. So going after him just means he goes further and further.
Right.
So he makes it, about a mile down the road, maybe maybe 3/4 of a mile. And then he finds his poodle, and then they're running around the poodle's yard. I'm like, Chase, get over here. And the people's door is open. And so the poodle runs in the house. Chase runs in the house. So he runs, and I yell in the house, "Hey, neighbor, sorry, my dog's running around." So then they're chasing him around in their house, and they finally got him, and I freaking took him home. I'm like, this is the worst. Freaking worst. I'm walking dogs, chasing them around. This is exactly what I didn't want.
That's what your life has become.
Yeah. This is like what regular normies do. They chase their dog around, have to walk them. So Michelle leaves me with his dog, and there's workers in the house. He's darting out of there, jumping all over him. We turned into those freaking people. I like that dog, though. He's pretty cool.
All right. We have a good logistics question here from David. Where are all your cars going now that you have a 3-car garage? Will there be a rotation between home and OGHQ?
Yes, definite rotation. Yes, and we are very likely getting the yarn building next door rather than moving up to the building 42. So I'll have a bunch of cars here, too. It means I can get more cars. This is great news. Civic will be leaving, so I have to get something else. Gotten kind of used to having 6 cars. So might as well go to 7. I'm looking for an E46 M3. I'm not looking for a 72,000-mile wonk job E46 M3. I want one with like 3,000 miles on it that's like insanely amazing. I don't want some SMG. I don't want a freaking convertible. I need like a 2006 Interlagos blue, no sunroof, no manual conversion, an actual manual E46 M3. I'll wait.
We do have a lot of people searching, which helps.
Yeah, so search for me.
Send good ones.
But spare me the 117,000 mile. This looks pretty nice. Your nice is not the same as mine, apparently. So think your nice, multiply it by 80. That's what I'm looking for. Otherwise, I don't want one. I don't want some janky M3. I just won't get one. I really wanted that 997.1, the pumpkin orange. It went for $215 though. If I hadn't just bought the house, I would have been buying that thing.
All right, Jonathan has a good question here. He's been paying attention in your videos. Since you mentioned you don't use drywall anchors, how do you hang picture frames or, for example, those acoustic panels behind you?
It depends. The acoustic panels are better with a drywall anchor, but the picture frame, you don't need a freaking drywall anchor. These goofballs put drywall anchors all over the place to hang like a little diploma. Use a picture hanger. And you almost always put 2 of them, especially if there's a wire. You want 2 hangers so that it hangs straight. I think these are on anchors. These are a lot heavier, and they have a square thing that just sits on the anchor better and keeps it flat. Versus these are a real pain in the butt to try to get them all hung at the same height using a wire. But yeah, you use picture hangers. I mean, those things will hold like 50 pounds a piece. Some of them even more than that. And that way you don't put some giant hole in the wall that you can never really fill properly. So now I got all these little patch jobs all over the place, and you got to texture it and all this stuff, and then the texture never looks quite the same because you only do the small area, and then you end up blending the whole freaking wall. And yeah, don't be using drywall anchors to hang your freaking 2-pound picture. Just picture hangers.
We have according to Kevin here, a crazy specific question for you.
Okay.
That's his favorite kind. I want to put my D101, Ferrex, etc., and the same kind of gallon jugs that the P&S stuff comes in, so they all match.
Yep.
Any info on how to find out who supplies gallon jugs?
I think you can get those.
I just emailed the guys at P&S.
Yeah, they'll frickin' tell you. Yeah. But you can get those. I don't think they have those at U.S. Plastics. Yeah, just shoot an email to sales at P&S to PSS. I think it's just go to their website. Yeah, they'll tell you. They don't care.
Yeah, but then U.S. Plastics, that's where you get a different kind of gallon jugs from. I don't know what they have.
Yeah, like the Chemical Guys type gallon they have, and then like we get the Griot's and Adams gallon, like the angled J handle from some like Midwest packaging or something like that.
All right, let's see. We got some Gold Bond comments in here. I guess that was that was a pretty funny moment in the video.
Just throw it.
Throw it away.
Throw it.
Brandon has a good question. When are the large Waffle Weave drying towels being restocked? Probably never, Brandon.
Yeah, we've moved to you doing the large shaved twist loop towel is the new bulk drying towel. Yeah, so if you want those specifically, just go to Rag Company and get them. Yeah. They're called Dry Me a River, or the large version of the biggest version, Dry Me a River.
Yeah. We had a few left after stuff, but I claim those because that's my favorite towel. Was the Gold Bond saved? BB wants to know.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Did the cat ever return?
No, Orangey disappeared. He's out, procreating, if you will, and he would be gone for months or weeks at a time, and then just come back occasionally, get some food. The new people said they saw him. They said, "Should we feed him?" I said, "Well, no." So I think he's off to a new. He has multiple families, I'm sure, that feed him because he leaves for weeks at a time. So he's good. But Chloe is hanging out, trying to get in the house and park herself on my freaking pillow. So I have to keep her out of the house, but she's there. Freaking cats and dogs. Oh my gosh, it's a freaking disaster on a quarter-acre lot or something like that. It's nuts.
Like a little farm you got there. Chasing animals all up and down the road. Nick wants to know, would you ever consider a Volkswagen GTI or Golf R? Have you driven Kyle's? If so, what do you think of it?
No, I haven't driven it. Yeah, I'd get one if I, that was my plan. So I kept saying, like, when I left wealth management, I said, I'm gonna sell my house, sell my cars, I'll get a GTI, and start over. Well, luckily I didn't have to do that.
All right, Jesus, or maybe Jesus, says, have you tried the new Nike Metcon Turbo?
I have not.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Now he's going to go order 12
How
more
many
pairs.
colors do they have? That's what I need to know. But yeah, I do want to get some. I have some Rogue Fitness gift cards that I have to use, and my mom's been yelling at me about because she gave them to me and said, when are you going to use them? Sees them in my drawers all the time because she's been helping us reorganize everything.
I saw it in the video when you pulled out the drawer.
Yeah.
Like, it's got some.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Matt, this is from John in the chat here. Thoroughly enjoy your daily moving vlog. Love your new house. Thanks for sharing. That's cool.
I just noticed I've got one click and you got like 9 clicks.
Mine's full extension. I got a big head.
I don't have a small head. Maybe I do.
I have a large noggin. Jeff C says, be patient with the fence training. It will pay off.
Yeah.
Also look into using a long line until he figures it out. Makes it easier to grab
that's what they provide us. It's like a 20-foot, and you use a different leash so that they reference when they're going to be training. But that guy's too freaking smart, man. Now he won't come up to the fence. He's outsmarting us. We got to get the guy. The guy comes back next week.
And then Stymie has quite the opposite advice. Crank that collar up to level 5, then back it down. Back it down once he learns to stay in the
That's what I'm thinking. I like that. The corporal punishment methodology. And then you try to kick him.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, that's what Kate needs to be able to train him. She freaking takes no nonsense from that dog. She just punches him right in the face.
All right. Oh, I think you'll really like this question from our buddy Dr. Phil checking in once again. I want to hang up the window sticker to my Corvette in my garage next to the trophy shelf.
Yeah.
How many drywall anchors would you recommend?
Yeah, at least 6. Yeah. Freaking drywall anchors. Not only do they use drywall anchors at this house, but they use those plastic, like the blue plastic ones that don't work. Like they don't work at all ever. If you're going to do drywall anchors, you need to get the metal, insert type, and even those are tricky sometimes. Freaking idiots. I don't know how do these people live in the house? I literally can't see anything. Like there's this yellow crappy light everywhere. I can't see anything. Like I'm like trying to read like a sheet, like a bill, and I'm like I need to go outside. I just don't know how people live like that. It's freaking dirt all over the walls, the floors are. Oh my gosh! Like how do you? I think that we're filthy. I think it's just the carpets. My gosh! But people were right. The way to do this is I did it completely backwards. I had the tile cleaned, carpet installed, paint done. I just scheduled them all. They all came at the same time, but the painting takes the longest. Should have done paint, clean the tile, do the carpet. That's what I should have done. Lesson learned.
There you go. Jot that down, America. Let's see.
If I wasn't chopping out walls and taking out tchotchke curio cabinets, then we would have been good. Knick-knack storage.
Let's see. Pasta Mike has a good suggestion here. I like that name, Pasta Mike. I feel like the podcast desk needs a Sub-Zero fridge and a Wolf cooktop.
It's right in the middle. Man, just cut it out.
Yeah, like a little hibachi
What
grill.
the podcast desk needs is some freaking mic booms that aren't in the middle of our face is what it needs.
Jason thinks you're living out Heartland with your indoor animals. You trying? That's pretty good.
Heartland episode on Sunday. It frustrates me to no end. I have to keep my mouth shut in all these Heartland Facebook groups I'm in. And these morons are like, when's it coming? When are they bringing it to Netflix? Just figure it out. You figure out how to get it. Just get a VPN. It costs it costs me nothing, Bryce. Just call your neighbor who your neighbor's grandson and have him give you a VPN you log into on their computer and watch it. When's it coming to Netflix? I mean, you can figure it out.
So you got to wait though from week to week. They don't.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah. So you're just hacking the system and watching it.
Watch it on some Canadian.
Yeah. Through Toronto, or I use the Quebec IP, and then you see all these commercials. Man, they got those darn Canadians brainwashed up there. Man, they make it out like there's just this COVID commercial that runs over and over that tells them that wash your hands, wear your mask, and they shame you into this like that you're gonna kill everybody. And they run the commercial over and over again. I get a kick out of it, but they do it with like a French accent. It's pretty neat. So that all you Canadians up there, the CBC commercials crack me up.
All right, we have a recommendation here on the picture hangers for you. I don't know if it's pronounced ook.
Yeah, have the Home Depot. They have a whole aisle of them at Home Depot. Go get a little pack. You have a little assortment pack you can get. Just keep that in your cabinet.
There you go.
Yeah.
Craig says they're designed not to damage drywall. Available on Amazon, Home Depot.
Yeah, and then when you need to patch it, you just take a little dab of spackle, and sometimes you can just take a little dab of paint and just touch it, and it's fixed. These freaking morons got the things like all hanging down crooked because the drywall anchor never seats, and they tighten it too far down because they're using the wrong screw, and the thing's just is like I got a hole that turns into an oval, like a long oval, and it's hanging crooked. And then you got to freaking get some drywall tape to fix the thing almost because it's all janked up. Idiots.
All right, Kelvin wants to know, do you have any ear protection, eye protection recommendations for use while detailing?
The only thing I don't use any eye protection. We just buy some glasses, I guess. But I use Howard Light. Yeah, Howard Light gun range ear thingies. I need to get a new set because mine are all funked up, all sweat funked and then rotted.
To use that for when you're drying, mostly.
Yeah, because that darn 650 CFM ego blower blow your eardrums out.
All right, let's see. Junction Auto says, good afternoon, fellas. Moving vlog is good, and packing/shipping from OG is at the top of my great experiences with retail. Keep up the great work.
Yeah, the next step would be to have some really trick-looking boxes, some really fancy-looking boxes that we can get at some point. That'd be cool.
Yeah, people now get excited when they see the white tape show up at their house, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Let's see. More yellow lights comments here. And then David says, Matt, you can't see because you're old. It's not the lights.
No, I'm telling you, man. I can see fine in here. We have this set probably 4,000K, and these lights are terrible. But, man, it's bad. But yeah, I am blind, but still, it's incredible. But the cool part is you're going to see an incredible transformation when I go to 3000K LED, high CRI LED from Cree. It's going to be sick.
All right, Professional Procrastinator says, are there any full circle detailing trainings meant for day one beginners and or people with little experience, something that isn't aimed towards specific products or equipment?
Mike Phillips' training is probably pretty good for that at Auto Geek. It's catered toward, detailing 101. They use a lot of their products. They'll probably use a lot of Sonax and whatever their Blackfire stuff. That would be a good thing to go to because most of them are geared toward, more sophisticated stuff like Optimum's training or Esoteric's training. I don't know if Larry... Does Ammo have his ATA where you can buy? I'm not sure. Go to ammonyc.com and Larry had one of his visions was to create a whole detailing tutorial series online. I don't know if he ever got that done.
These are all PDFs that are downloadable.
Yeah.
Window tinting guide, how to take professional photos.
He called it ATA. So I don't, under the learn. So I guess he doesn't see if under shop if he has something you can buy. I don't know if he ever got that done. Doesn't look like it, huh?
Apparel, gift cards, no.
Yeah, so, yeah, beginner stuff is difficult to start out. What I always tried to do, I tried to bribe Brian Guy, who's now SwissFax USA, when he was AO Wheels was his detailing company. I tried to convince him to let me come down and train under him. And I said, I'll pay you to let me do work, be your apprentice, as a white collar wannabe. And he's like, I don't know, I'm not into that. So,
Good call.
Yeah, probably Auto Geeks training.
All right, let's see. Scott Douglas says here in the chat, hey, Matt, love your move-in videos. Was wondering if you're planning on keeping the Raptor around now that you guys have the Tesla. Seems like your wife loves to drive the Tesla.
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to get the door fixed and clean it up here soon.
All right, let's see. Andrew Tinney, he's close by here, one of our good customers locally. Can you fit any of the Sonic foam inlays in Sabre drawers?
They'll fit, but they don't, it doesn't fit properly. And so I'm going to work on figuring out what we would need to make it, to make it fit perfectly. What kind of foam would I need to cut? Could I supplement it with tool grid around it? So I'm gonna figure all that stuff out. And that's the main reason why I want to do Sabre, so I can really dig back into it, having been several years since I had reorganized Sabre stuff.
All right, let's see. Scott Taylor wants to know, do you think you'll be able to get a single-ply version of the Gauntlet towel in the future?
Yes.
All right, Judd wants to know, where's today's vlog? It's been my evening entertainment, and I don't want it to stop.
I don't think I'm going to have one today. I haven't had as much content to vlog, and so I've been doing 2 days now, 2-a-days if you want, or 2 days in one vlog. So I'll probably do it tomorrow.
All right, Functional Doc says, where are you going to hang your Heartland autographed picture in the new house?
It's right. Yeah, it's right here.
It's up on the shelf here in the office. That's good stuff. Nothing to see here. Hey, Matt, have you ever used the Incredipole from Microfiber Madness? If so, what did you think of it?
I didn't really like it.
Now, here's why he's asking. I have an Expedition Max, and I can't reach the top. Preferred not to use a ladder.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you need is the Incredipole. I pulled it from the store. It's just, the pole is kind of cheap. The pad is great. But, yeah, I just didn't like it. I didn't like it enough to put my name on it.
All right, now that you're enjoying this whole move-in process, do you have plans to stay for any length of time? Or when you get it done, are you moving right back?
Who knows? You know me. Once I get it done, I'm like, all right, what's next? How much money can I lose on this one? It's so funny. People are so darn funny on it. Calling me insecure because I'm buying stuff that I'm excited about, that I'm interested in. And they're like, well, why would you do that? You're not. The one guy's like, you're not a chef. I don't think Wolf is even chef quality. I think you'd want something even better than that. I just think it's freaking great. And if I'm going to live there for a year or two, why wouldn't I want to live with a great, gas range instead of this janky Whirlpool crap that I'm giving to Chris for his kitchen? But Chris doesn't care. And I like it. I don't know why I like that stuff. It has nothing. I don't give a crap. How many people do I have over my house? No one, ever. I don't have parties. I'm not showing off my house. I don't give a crap. I want it for me. Then you can call that selfish. But, I'm going to build this place and set it up the way I want. The great part about it is I'll be able to sell it at a huge loss really quickly. But whatever. What am I going to, you can't take the money with you. I'll just make more. Work harder. Make more. While you cry yourself to sleep about me wasting money. What am I supposed to give it to you while you're sitting around complaining? Get out of here.
All right. We have a couple good Canadian friends here checking in about going back to your Heartland CBC propaganda commercials.
Stay safe. If you don't, you're going to kill everybody. And so wear your mask. If you don't wear your mask, this is a nurse. And this nurse is going to get killed. Like, this is so funny. Like, gosh, they have like 3 cases in Canada. Chill out a little bit, for gosh sakes.
Well, Sean, our good Canadian friend, says nobody east of Ontario watches CBC. For whatever that's worth.
Yeah. Well, you should, because Heartland's on there, bro. Come on.
And then Simple Detail says CBC equals Canadian Brainwash Corporation.
Yeah.
I guess they have a reputation.
Stay safe. By safe, we mean do what we tell you to do right now, or you're going to die. Everybody's going to die. It's the dumbest thing ever.
Here's a good question here for you from Xantonin. Has Matt ever considered LASIK? It's been one of my best decisions ever, and I wish I did it sooner.
I'm not a candidate. I'd have to do ICL, which is an implanted lens. My nearsightedness is too aggressive. I'm like -11 and change, and so I'd have a severe retina detachment risk if I did something like that. And I wouldn't be 20/20, so it would be I'd still have to wear corrective lenses. And so the thing to do is you do an implanted lens, but I just you know me and medical stuff. So yeah, I'm not a candidate. I went to get it done. I was so excited. I'm like, this is going to change my life. No dice. All
right, Timothy Hansen has a suggestion here for you.
Okay.
If you like Heartland, my girlfriend got me hooked on When Calls the Heart.
No, that's just terrible.
Oh, sorry,
I tried watching. It was god awful. I even powered through like 4 or 5 episodes because everyone says the same thing. The stupid teacher and like the stupid, Mountie guy or whatever. What do they call those Mounties? The red-coated Canadian policeman, the moose hat or whatever. No, it's just terrible. I'm sorry, man. It's terrible. Michelle was making me watch it. She's like, this is just like Heartland. I'm like, this is nothing like Heartland. It just sucks.
All right, we have Jason says ATA is available on YouTube. Excuse me. Let's see.
But I don't know that he ever got through it all. You're dying over here. Good thing you got water. Good thing you're water stat. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think he ever got through. Like, he was planning on doing a full, comprehensive, and I think he kind of quit on it. But maybe not. Maybe he did. Maybe I just missed some of them. But that's a good place to start.
Yeah, there are 7 of them here. Excuse me. At the 200 level. So there you go.
Yeah. So maybe he did finish it. But Larry's a good resource. Is great at explaining things, and has a really solid process. And and even if you follow and just use his products, he has his methodology and solid products and all of that stuff as well.
All right, let's see. Lots more in the chat here. People chiming in about the ATA. Yep. Thank you. Lots of people got it. Aaron says you inspired me to spend about $4,000 to $5,000 on car wash / detailing setup. LOL. Thank you. So,
well, hopefully
Aaron.
It was all at obsessegarage.com.
Oh no.
RCMP. That's it. Yeah.
RCMP. What is that?
The Royal Canadian Military Police or something like that.
Mounted Police.
Oh,
that sounds right. Praneel needs LASIK himself here. He says, "Hey guys, love the podcast. Is it me or does Chris look like Chuck Liddell?"
No,
I didn't think so.
Nope.
Only in the bicep area do I look like Chuck Liddell. Jordan, good timing here. My package from OG just showed up.
Nice.
That's cool. And then Michael agrees with Pernille saying I do look like Chuck Liddell. That's funny. I never heard that. All right. Let's see. I don't have any more questions here. You got anything else you want to
I'm
talk
tired.
about? Civic giveaway?
We've only been on here for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, well, we didn't have Instagram or Facebook questions.
Oh, yeah. I'm freaking beat, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home. Maybe I will take them up on it and take a nap. Say, screw the painters. I'm taking a nap. Take a nap, and then my mom's coming over. We're going to do some serious organization. I made a nice dent in the garage, though. I was going to put all the boxes up on those real convenient shelves above the garage doors. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I rail against... Oh, I hate that so much.
But then you almost wanted them?
No.
Oh, I thought you were...
No. I'm going to use them, and then It grosses me out having stuff up in there. Just throw it all away. If I didn't have the attic, Michelle would have no decorations. I would make her buy new decorations every year. Right? That's a solid plan. You aspire to be at the point where you can be that wasteful, where every year you get new decorations. I think you can rent them, can't you? Like some affluent people like rent all they have somebody come set up all their crap.
Yeah, same thing with the lights in their front yard. You can pay somebody.
Yeah. You have a service that comes out and sets it all up, and they take it and store it in their freaking garage. Not in my garage. I'm not doing that. So I'm going to offend a lot of people and offend them into being better at life instead of having this garbage in your garage. Guarantee there's at least 5 instances where I take one of my kids' bikes and overhand pile drive it straight into the pavement. Or throw it at maximum strength all the way out into the yard because they leave it out for the 47th time. And I'm going to shock and awe. Just like we're going to throat shock the dog, we're going to throat shock my children and get them up to speed on what it's like to have a garage that's in the middle of the living space. So I refuse to just say, well, my wife won't let me do this or that. I'll smack her around a little bit and tell her, look, the Christmas tree does not belong in the middle of the third bay of the garage, or I'm punting it in the trash. I'm not doing that.
Hope Michelle wasn't listening. Yeah, that's good.
She knows this. How about this? I'll put the Christmas tree in your closet. It's not even a Christmas tree. It's like your third child's, and you have 7 children. Your third child's like 4th grade volcano project, like it's in the garage. Like, what do you need that for? Throw it away. Throw it. So I'm gonna have no problems getting the garage dialed in and find a nice, neat place. Each kid is gonna have 2 basketballs. They'll have 2 basketballs, 2 footballs, 1 for each kid. That's it. They don't need any more because the other house is freaking balls everywhere, and they're all ruined because they leave them all outside. So none of them work. They have 7 or 18 basketballs, and all 18 of them, none of them work.
They're all flat.
Yeah. And so I literally, when Ryan and I were throwing them away, I literally had to ask my dad, let me see your knife, and I stabbed them all and cut them in half. Right. And then he started to kind of like that. Then he was giving me more of them. He took a couple, went and hid them like a little pack rat, like my Michelle has taught him to be. And so I made Michelle throw away the scrapbook. So this frickin' scrapbooking stuff, I've been carrying it. We've had it since our first house. She had it before we lived in our first house. Remember when scrapbooking was the thing? All these scrapbooking stores, all these old ladies thought they were going to get rich. They all went bankrupt immediately. But anyway, so we have all the scrapbooking utensils and all this stuff. And I've tried to throw it away every time we've moved. We've had the Claremont house, the Harbor Hills rental, the Hidden Oaks house, the Woodgate house. This is the 5th house. Really 6th move that this stuff has come in. So 6
years.
Times.
10 years plus.
Since 2004, right?
17.
16 years. I've had this scrapbooking garbage. And there's a bunch of scrapbooks that they're like half done. And every time I have to move, and this stuff weighs like 200 pounds. It's like 200 pounds of scrapbooks. And it like bows every freaking closet we have. By the end of the time we move, the closet's like, it's got a U shape to it because we've got 400 pounds of scrapbooking stuff. 200 pounds. And so I finally convinced her, let's throw this crap away. Let's just throw it away. No, we can give it away. You're not going to give it away. Then it'll be sitting in my garage, what I just talked about. You can't have it in. And so that I've got this stuff. What are we going to do with it? You're not going to. No one wants this crap. Turns out somebody did want it. Alyssa wanted it from the dumpster. But I don't want to contribute to other people's downfalls and pack ratedness.
Oh, man.
And so she's like, well, you have the whole garage. I said, that's the stuff that fixes all your crap. And I don't, if I don't use it, throw it away. Give it away. If I give it away, I'm going to walk it. I make you ask. You know this. If you want something of mine, you better frickin' get it. I was on Bryce like white on rice trying to kill him. Like, Bryce, get this crap out of my house. You said you wanted to get it. Get it.
Got it out.
Otherwise, I was going to light it on fire in the freaking driveway.
I'm ready.
Yeah, she was texting you. What?
She was texting you. She's know how to pay the payments.
Oh,
And while you're
tough luck. I'll figure it out when I'm done with this.
While you're attending to that, there's lots of talk in the chat about the fact that Michelle could probably take you if it came down to it.
No, get out of here.
And also, this is a good one. Where'd Deal go? There he is. These rants are great. Never thought I'd ever hear anyone rant against scrapbooking.
I mean, it's ridiculous. So I finally threw it away. And then, my mom was saying, well, there's no scrapbooking in the dumpster. I thought maybe she, pulled the fast one on me and Indian threw away, if that's a thing. I don't know if that's offensive. I guess you can't say that anymore. But she took the thing and took it back, or whatever you call that now. Oh. Frickin' scrapbooks. 200 pounds of scrapbooks.
All right, last couple of things here. Then we'll let you get to your nap. Jake.
I'm not tired anymore. I'm fired up. I'm sweating.
I'm due to fly to Orlando in September for a family holiday. Would you guys like some British snacks to eat on stream? You could do a British bracket.
No. I don't need any of that crap. No. I don't want that.
He'd love to watch you eat a Turkish delight, he says.
Because then Chris is going to keep it in the corner forever, and he's going to munch on it a little bit here and there, and I don't want that crap. Don't send us stuff like that.
Bring it, Jake.
No, don't send stuff like that, because then Chris hoards it. And he has little pockets of piles of stuff all over the place. I don't want that junk. Yeah. No.
Yes, Jake.
No. Nope.
All right.
Nope. I'll throw it right in the dumpster, right in front of your face. You'll be crying yourself to sleep.
Brandon, this came up a couple times. Brandon, Anthony, etc. I've thrown so much away in the last few days watching those moving blogs. Your moving blogs convinced me to go through my room and get rid of 10 bags of crap.
Yeah, one room at a time. Just go and punt.
There you go.
And I punted a lot of stuff before but I didn't go through the rooms that Michelle went through. And so my mom and I, we were punting stuff. I threw away 2,000 LOL little mugs that I've never seen Kate play with, because every one of them comes with like a weird latte or some other tool drink. And so there's like these tiny little mugs, and then like little extra bodies and extra heads, and some of the heads don't fit. So I'm putting them all together. I went through everything. This place is going to be dialed in. I've been away too long from the dialed inness of my living quarters. This place is going to be good. It's going to be real good, real nice and organized, simple. I'm going to purge a lot of stuff clean. Yeah, super clean.
And as a reminder here, because a couple people asked after we mentioned it, 3,000 Kelvin was the
3,000K, 300K, Cree CR6T. There's not a lot of places online that have them, so I'm going to have them in my store because they're darn near impossible to get. And they last for frickin' ever, and they're dimmable down to 5%, so you can put them on pretty much any dimmer. They're frickin' amazing. And I'm going to tell you which lumen output you want. And do we want a CR6T or a CR6? CR6 you can't find anywhere online. These are commercial retrofit lights. You retrofit your can. You pull out all the junk and you put this thing up in there and twist in the Edison. They have an Edison, and they also have the GU type, whatever, that little clip-in thing, which most of you won't have.
All right, good man. Jake says in the comments he's bringing the British snacks after all.
No.
There you go. Thanks, Jake. Bring it.
Let's see. I'm going to stand, and we're going to have a contest to see how far I can throw it to see if I can get it in the dumpster. If I can make it in the dumpster from the door or the side door here.
There we go.
Unless didn't bring my lunch today, I'll probably eat it all.
Yeah,
at once.
then you'll eat it all.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you, everybody. We had 376 people watching. That's awesome.
Yeah.
From all over the world. So thank you all for tuning in. I think we'll do it again next week.
Maybe. Definitely. We'll see. See you then. I need a drink. I wish I had a cup of water.
If only you had some water. Corvette, because Eric is asking me. I remember you paid off the loan.